Each set of 5 questions. First set of pub trivia are worth 3 points apiece. Second set are worth 6 points apiece. Jeopardy is 1 through 5 points and 2 through 10 points. If I think, and it will likely happen, if I'm going to mispronounce a word, I will spell it, and I will read each question twice. Let's see. I'll read each question twice. If you buzz in while I'm reading it, I'll stop wherever you buzz in. If you happen to get it wrong and the other team can go for a steal, I will read the question in its totality, or the clue from Jeopardy, as it were. I think that's pretty much it. You both have played already. Oh, steals, reminder, discuss here in Zoom. So you can come off mute and discuss your potential answer. Does somebody give me a final answer so I know who's speaking for the team? And we should be good to go. Any questions, comments, or concerns before we get started?
I don't see Greg on the scoreboard. Maybe your device went to sleep. Or do you still have
do
the
a
buzzer
check?
That's my issue, I guess. Not happening again today.
How many people can we have logged in?
To the buzzer?
Yeah.
4.
Okay. Okay.
All right. So, Michelle, give me a test buzz. Brandy? Gail? Ms. Walker? Thank you. Cindy? Jarvis? Greg, do you want to give me a test buzz if it works? Great. So we'll keep an eye on that, Greg. If for whatever reason it doesn't seem like it buzzed in, quick refresh and rejoin should work. Other than that, we can always get you back into the game where necessary. Are we all set? Yes. All right. Jarvis, we've lost your eyes and gained your beard. There you go. All right. It's a fine beard. I don't want to minimize that in any way, but
It's on TV.
Right, exactly right. All right. We begin with pub trivia. 3 points. 1 of 5. At whose presidential library may visitors listen to a copy of the infamous smoking gun tape? At whose presidential library may visitors listen to a copy of the infamous smoking gun tape? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That would be Tricky Dick, Richard Nixon. Up next. In the full title of the REM song, It's the End of the World as We Know It, it contains what parenthetical phrase? Gail.
And I feel fine.
That is correct for 3 points. All right, 3 of 5.
See, I was on mute like I was supposed to be.
Yeah, I'm proud of you. That was amazing. Yeah, there is no judgment. You'll know when I'm judging someone. Like, you're keenly aware of when I'm judging somebody. All right. ATMs in London that offer instructions in Cockney slang ask you for your Huckleberry Finn instead of your what? Michelle.
PIN.
Your PIN, correct. Good for 3 points. All right, up next. Often served with sushi as a palate cleanser, Gary, Gari, is a type of pickled what? Often served with sushi as a palate cleanser, Gary, I think that's how it's pronounced, Gari, is a type of pickled what? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That'd be ginger, pickled ginger. 4, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. 5 of 5 coming up here. Attempting to liken the phone to a newborn baby, the engineer who sent the first text message in the U.S. wrote what? Attempting to liken the phone to a newborn baby, the engineer who sent the first text message in the U.S. wrote what? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Amazingly wrote burp. B-U-R-P. Burp was the first text message ever sent in the United States. All right, next set of 5. Everybody can buzz twice. Audiences sang the lyrics Summer Fling, Don't Mean a Thing at a 2010 sing-along re-release of what movie musical? Audiences sang the lyrics... Michelle?
Grease.
Grease is correct for 3 points.
Is Karen Walker sleeping? Because I thought for sure
No, she just buzzed in quicker than I did.
Very
Oh,
good.
Yeah, I knew that one.
Next up, 205. Often topped with caviar or smoked salmon, a blini is a small what? Gail.
Pancake.
Pancake is correct for 3 points. 3 of 5 upcoming. Author and etiquette guru Judith Martin writes a newspaper column under the pen name Miss What? Greg.
Miss Manners.
Miss Manners is correct for 3 points. Coming up on 4 of 5. The gossip website wwtdd.com, or What Would Tyler Durden Do, references a character from what film? The gossip website wwt... Karen Walker?
Fight Club.
We do not talk about Fight Club, but yes, that is correct for 3 points. That's not... I have to get rid of that question. All right, 5 of 5 here. The government agency known informally as the VA primarily serves people who have done what? Jarvis.
Served in the military.
That is correct for 3 points. Up next.
So Brandy's the VA manager here. I don't want anybody to know, but there you go.
Wow, already.
Good job,
But my buzzer wouldn't go.
Wow, she got called out.
This is awkward.
Right?
We love you, Brandy,
Very.
You're a fine girl.
but you need to
sorry.
study Brittany more.
Have that happen. All right. Awarded to 20 to 40 U.S. citizens each year, the MacArthur Foundation's annual grant has what nickname? Awarded to about 20 to 40 U.S. citizens each year, the MacArthur Foundation's annual grant has what nickname? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That'd be the Genius Grant. The Genius Grant. 2 of 5 upcoming. The government-sponsored company known as Fannie Mae specializes in helping people do what? Michelle.
Obtain a mortgage for the first time.
Mortgage, buy a home. All acceptable answers here for 3 points. All right. This is 3 of 5 for 3 points. Backyard gas grills are commonly fueled by a liquid form of what? Jarvis.
Propane.
Propane is correct for 3 points.
Funny story. I almost died with one of those this weekend.
I don't know if that's a
I'll tell you
funny
later.
story, but we can talk about that.
That's freaking
I'm
hilarious.
laughing. I'm laughing.
I'm still here. My wife's not rich. Funny.
See, this is why we come to these things.
I was proven incorrect. Thank you, Jarvis, for that.
I was just gonna say that wasn't me.
Amazing. All right. The Grammy-winning soundtrack to Oh Brother, Where Art Thou features the music of what genre? The Grammy-winning soundtrack, Greg.
That would be bluegrass.
That is bluegrass. Good for 3 points. Well done. That was 5 of 5. We switch over to our Jeopardy board now, where we begin with We Can Be Heroes. We Can Be Heroes.
Just for one day.
Yes. Thank you for the whisper there, Michelle. I appreciate that. I'm going to put you on mute. I don't want you whispering away answers. All right. We Can Be Heroes for 1 point. In 1983, Stanislav Petrov prevented nuclear war by not trusting word of the launch of 5 of these ICBMs named for American Revolutionary Militia. Michelle.
Patriot missile.
Patriot missile is incorrect. That's minus 1 point. Pass it over to a potential steal for Not Smarter Than We Look. In 1983, Stanislav Petrov prevented nuclear war by not trusting word of the launch of 5 of these ICBMs named for American Revolutionary Militia.
I believe the answer is Minutemen. What do you think, Cindy and Jarvis?
What are they? Because 83.
I think it was Minuteman missiles.
Sounds kind of familiar. Think Jarvis?
Is the question asking what does ICBM mean or
No,
the nickname?
it was a nickname for these missiles that are named for American patriots during the Revolutionary War.
Something like
Then
that.
I would-
And
I
Patriot
would
was a
go-
good.
I would
Yes.
go with that. I was born in 1983, the last day of it, so I don't know a whole lot about
All
that.
right, so we're going to go with Minuteman missiles.
Minuteman Missiles is correct for 1 point.
Yay.
Triple stumper on the show, surprisingly, but good guess there. We Can Be Heroes for 2 points. We have to go to our surprise substitution here, as it is a picture clue. And Michelle, you'll be happy to hear the category is Just for One Day. Just for One Day is the category. This is for 2. Jeopardy does this all the time. They're cornier than me. Just for One Day, 2 points. Traditionally, this is the first full day of the Paschal Triduum, leading up to Easter. Paschal Tridu. Gail.
Lent.
Lent is incorrect. I'll read it one more time for Not Smarter Than We Look, and I'll spell the Latin word here. Traditionally, this is the first full day of the Paschal Triduum, leading up to Easter. So it's Paschal, new word, Triduum.
Isn't it Ash Wednesday?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, because do Ash Wednesday and then Good Friday and then
Right.
Easter.
I was actually going to guess Passover, but
That's Jewish, yeah. So this would be Catholic, yeah. Easter.
Pass or play?
Yeah.
I say Ash Wednesday.
Jarvis, you go okay with that? You want us to? It's basically an educated guess at this point in time. No one is sure.
How many points?
This is worth 2 points.
At this point in time, we're down. I think we should roll the dice.
Go ahead.
All right. Ash Wednesday.
Ash Wednesday, final answer. That is incorrect as well.
Oh, shoot.
So Paschal Triduum, the tri means 3, so it's Good Friday, Holy Saturday, and then Easter is the third of those 3 days. My Catholic upbringing somewhere in the back of my mind is reminding me of that. We go back to We Can Be Heroes for 3 points. MichaelJFox.org spends 88 cents of every dollar on research programs to fight... Greg.
Parkinson's.
Well done. Well buzzed. Good for 3 points. We Can Be Heroes for 4 points. Heather Heyer, Heyer, won the Alley Humanitarian for Social Justice Award after losing her life protesting neo-Nazis in this Virginia city in 2017. Heather Heyer, Heyer, won the Greg?
Charlottesville.
That is correct for 4 points. You are out for this last clue. Well done. An outstanding chef and an outstanding human, he and his team served 3.6 million meals to Puerto Rico after Hurricane Maria. An outstanding chef and an outstanding human, he and his team served 3.6 million meals to Puerto Rico after Hurricane Maria. Gail?
Jose Andres.
That is correct. Well done. Good for 5 points. We move over to sports upsets. Sports upsets. We begin with 1 point. At the 2009 U.S. Open, Juan Martín del Potro knocked off this reigning world number 1 Swiss player in 5 sets. At the 2009 U.S. Open, Juan Martín del Potro knocked off this reigning world number 1 Swiss player in 5 sets. 5, 4, 3, 2. Craig.
I hesitate because I'm going to know more of these, but I'll go ahead with Roger Federer.
That is correct for 1 point. I saw you hesitating in your brow.
I feel attacked with using sports.
Same here, Greg. I was like, nah.
I feel attacked.
Let's go to sports upsets for 2 points. On the arm of this quarterback in Super Bowl III in 1969, the Jets beat the heavily favored Colts. Greg?
Okay, I'm blowing my wad here, but Joe Namath, of course.
Joe Namath is correct for 2 points. Sports upsets for 3 points. You are now out for the next 3, Greg. In a college baseball upset, the Bulldogs of Fresno State took the 2008 College World Series from the Bulldogs of this school. Gail.
Georgia.
Georgia is correct for 3 points. Sports upsets for 4 points. Do you believe in miracles? Mike Eruzione and the U.S. men's hockey team beat the Soviets at the Olympics in this year. Michelle.
1980.
1980 is correct. Sports upsets for 5 points. 2019's ESPY Award for Upset of the Year went to this 25-1 underdog, the first heavyweight boxing champ of Mexican ancestry. Jarvis.
He said heavyweight. What's his name? Garcia. Something Garcia. I'm sorry, guys.
You can give a guess. Last name would be good enough if the last name is correct.
Garcia?
Garcia is incorrect. So that's minus 5 points. I pass it over to Bed, Bath, and Beyonce. I will read it one more time. You can, of course, pass or play. 2019's ESPY Award for Upset of the Year went to this 25-1 underdog, the first heavyweight boxing champ of Mexican ancestry.
I think we're going to pass because Karen doesn't play. Michelle looks blank, and so does Brandy. Pass.
Agreed.
Correct. Karen does not play the sports.
Wow. All right. Andy Ruiz Jr. is the name. Andy Ruiz Jr. All right. Our final category is Art Fleming. So Art, Fleming. Art, Fleming. A-R-T, F-L-E-M-I-N-G. Full-figured women were celebrated by this painter, born June 28th. Michelle? Rubin is correct for 1 point. Art Fleming. In 1649, Franz Hals got philosophical painting this cogito ergo sum thinker. In 1649, Franz Hals got philosophical painting this cogito ergo sum, C-O-G-I-T-O, E-R-G-O-S-U-M thinker. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Descartes. Art Fleming for 3 points. In 1450, Haarlem's Dietrich bouts depicted the fall into this place of suffering. In 1450, Haarlem's Dietrich bouts depicted the fall into this place of suffering. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That would be hell. Fall into hell. Art Fleming for 4 points. In 1563, Pieter Bruegel, the Elder, spoke the language of art with a rendering of this structure mentioned in Genesis 11. In 1563, Pieter Bruegel, the Elder, spoke the language of art with a rendering... Greg?
I'm going to say Tower of Babel.
And you will be correct by saying that. Good for 4 points. Art Fleming for 5 points. Last name of the real guy who gave us The Garden of Earthly Delights and of the fictional guy who solves murders in Los Angeles. Last name of the real guy who gave us The Garden of Earthly Delights and of the fictional guy who solves murders in Los Angeles. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bosch. Bosch is the name. I think that's an Amazon show.
I was going to say Beretta.
Yes, Kathleen. Thank you.
I was going to say Rockford.
Okay.
James Rockford.
Amazing. All right, let's go back to pub trivia. But before we do that, we will do our quick round the horn. I think everyone knows each other here, but we'll do it for anyone watching. Dan Stratford, Senior Manager Communications here at KNA. Michelle, do you mind going next? Oh, Michelle, you're muted.
Do that all the time. I'm Michelle DeCordy. I'm a manager with the digital products.
Thank you, Cindy.
Cindy Schneider over at the College of Financial Planning, work with the graduate program.
Thank you. Mr. Tenike.
Greg Tenike, Director of Communications.
Jarvis.
Jarvis Freeman, Director of Contact Center Solutions.
Thank you, sir. Brandy. The VA is haunting you right now, I know, but if you can...
Yes, I am. So I am the VA manager for financial aid.
Very good. Gail?
Gail Morrell, Student Finance Technology Operations Manager.
And Karen.
My name is Karen Walker. I work for Grace Adler Designs, an interior design firm in New York City. No, my name is Michael Perry, and I work for the Student Success Team, School of Health Sciences.
At least you're consistent, my friend. At least you're consistent. I appreciate that. Stick to your role. I appreciate it. All right, let's get back to pub trivia. 6 points apiece, 2 buzzes per set of 5. Remember, a third buzz in this category or in Jeopardy here would be considered a wrong answer. Banned in some areas, the controversial Banned in some areas, the controversial method by which natural gas is extracted from rock formations. Greg.
Fracking.
Fracking. Give me a little bit more. Fracking is acceptable. Hydrofracking is specifically what they were looking for. Fracking is acceptable. All right. Up next, 6 points. The hammer, anvil, and stirrup are common names for the 3 bones located in what part of the body? Greg.
The ear.
The ear is correct. Good for 6 points. You're out for the next 3 questions, Greg. Often used to describe an accomplished conductor, the word maestro comes from what language? Often, Gail?
Spanish.
Spanish is incorrect. Minus 6 points there. Head over to Not Smarter Than We Look and read it again. Often used to describe an accomplished conductor, the word maestro comes from what language?
Team, I'm going to guess Italian. Anybody else?
Italian. Yeah.
Jarvis, is that what you were thinking too? Yep. Okay, we're going with Italian.
Italian is the correct answer for maestro.
This is going to be the next hot dog, just so you know.
Look, by all means, Google now. I will give you permission to Google. No? Okay. All right. Up next, in 4 of 5. Barack Obama's first name is derived from a Semitic word meaning what? Barack Obama's first name is derived from a Semitic word meaning what? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Means blessed. Blessed. 5 of 5. Often used to describe something incredibly dumb online, Urban Dictionary defines SMH as what? Jarvis.
Shaking my head.
Shaking my head is correct for 5 points.
Gotta be quicker than that.
I had so many things I could have said there.
That's
but I
fair.
stayed.
Also known as what Gail has been doing this entire TPT match. Up next. 6 points. Greg, you're back in. This is a new set of 5. Baseball's Brooklyn Dodgers got its name from fans who dodged what? Underweight. Greg?
Streetcars.
Streetcars, trolleys, both acceptable
Trolleys.
here. They're trolley dodgers, where they're often referred to in newspaper articles. A lot of early team names were derived by
I thought
columnists.
draft Dodgers, so I was way off.
Yeah, that was later. That was later. All right, 2 of 5. The high school dance known as a prom is actually short for what word? Karen.
Promenade.
That is correct for 6 points. Often used to make shawls, pashmina is woven from the soft wool. Gail.
Angora?
Say that again?
Angora.
That is incorrect. I will read the entire question for not smart. Oh, Gail's walking off. Not smarter than we look. Often used to make shawls, pashmina is woven from the soft wool of what animal? You don't have
Come
the
on,
buzz,
Cindy,
John.
we need you here, Cindy.
If it's
Cashmere.
It is wool.
no
It's sheep.
pashmina, yeah, it's got to be
Yeah.
sheep, right? If it's
Wool
wool, I was
from a
thinking
sheep?
merino, but they're merino.
Cashmere. I mean, it sounds like cashmere to me. So I don't know. That doesn't sound like an animal, though.
But wool always comes from a sheep. I don't think there's any other animal that gives wool.
Yeah. You with that? You with that?
Does it
Jarvis?
have to be a type of?
You feeling that,
sheep?
Jarvis? Give me a thumbs up. Cindy's thinking sheep.
That's what Jarvis said too, right?
Okay.
I don't think it's sheep, but
Okay, we're
Could
gonna
be
go with
merino
sheep.
sheep. I don't know, but anyway.
We're going with
sheep.
sheep.
Sheep, final answer? It is in fact goats. It is goat wool.
Oh,
And
sorry.
you know, you can get wool from muskox too.
Fun fact to know and tell. Did not know that. All right, moving on here. Apparently, it is from the domesticated Changthangi goat that you get pashmina wool from. Just Googled that. Did not know that. All right, coming up on 4 of 5. Based on a true story, the 2010 film 127 Hours stars James Franco as Aaron... Gail?
Sorry, guys. I have like a tornado going on over here. It's so I didn't mean to hit it. I apologize. My bad.
A false buzz there. All right, I will take that. We'll open the buzzer back up, and let's go with based on a truce. Are you okay? Like, do you need to seek shelter?
Yeah, my phone just went off, so I was going to say if I could. Anne is here. Can she take if I
That's
walk out?
fine. Yeah, I mean, safety first. Yes.
Please.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm.
Wish you well. And if you want to hop in, if you're still here, or is she gone? Oh, Anne's here. So Anne,
Here,
if
I
you,
just need to figure out the buzzer thing.
yeah, so,
Okay, so go to this link that I just put in the chat.
721 on it.
yeah, Gail, be safe.
Gail didn't log out of the buzzer.
That's fine. It won't
That's
affect
Be
okay.
it.
safe,
It's okay.
Gail.
It's okay.
Is,
safe.
Gail's South
I am
Florida.
ready.
There you go.
Is anyone else South Florida near her that needs to
Yeah.
go?
I did not get the alert.
No, the storms are here, but no tornadoes. She's
Okay.
in Coral Springs.
Okay, got it. Okay. Well, that was interesting. That's a new for TPT. The tornado warning. All right. Aang, do you want to give me a test buzz just to make sure you're good to go? Excellent. All right. So I'm going to read the same question again because that was a misbuzz by Gail. We're on 3 of 5 here. Based on a true story, the 2010 film 127 Hours stars James Franco as Aaron Ralston, a courageous what? Based on a true story, the 2010 film 127 Hours stars James Franco as Aaron Ralston, a courageous what? 5, 4, and
Rock climber.
rock climber is correct for 6 points. All right, 4 or 5. The History Channel's docu-series Swamp People followed the day-to-day lives of alligator hunters in what U.S. state? Jarvis.
Louisiana.
That is correct for 6 points. Never watched it before, but may check that series out because it sounds like it would be very, very interesting. 6 points. 5 of 5 here. The house in the background of the painting American Gothic stood in the artist's home state of what? Michelle.
Nebraska.
Nebraska is incorrect from what I have here. I will confirm this, but I'll pass it over to Not Smarter Than We Look. The house in the background of the painting American Gothic stood in the artist's home state of what?
I would have guessed Kansas, but that's once again, that's more in the category of WAG, not educated guess. Cindy, Jarvis.
I know. I would think Iowa, but you're right. It could be either. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna pass.
You're gonna
We don't
pass.
know.
You're gonna pass. Cindy, you were correct. Iowa would have been the correct answer there. But nothing ventured, nothing gained. Let's see. Final one of our second set here. The husband and wife duo of Julius and Ethel Rosenberg made headlines in the 1950s as what? The husband, Greg.
Spies.
Spies is correct, specifically Soviet spies. New set of 5 here. I can't even try to say that, so I'm going to skip that question. I'll read it after we're done here. For 6 points, 1 of 5. Basra is the chief port of which Persian Gulf country? Basra is the chief port of which Persian Gulf country? B-A-S-R-A. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That would be
Iraq.
Iraq is correct. Kathleen, award yourself 6 points. You deserve it.
Thank you.
2 of 5 here. The iconic picture of Bruce Springsteen's rear end that appears on his Born in the USA album was taken by whom? The iconic picture of Bruce Springsteen's rear end. Michelle.
I'm gonna say Getty.
Getty incorrect. That is minus 6 points for Beth and Beyonce. I pass it over to Not Smarter Than We Look for potential steal. I'll read it one more time and hopefully not fungal the words. The iconic picture of Bruce Springsteen's butt, rear end, bottom, that appears on his Born in the USA album was taken by whom?
I have no idea.
That's had and somebody who's. I can't
Well,
remember
that
the last
you could pick
Yeah.
a famous photographer and say, yeah, it was taken by her,
Yeah.
but we don't know. Jarvis, do you know?
I don't even know who Bruce Springsteen is.
Can I take a
Aw.
Can I take a quick guess?
Come on, man. All right, we're gonna pass.
It was taken by the person standing behind him.
Well, that is a very good answer. Anne is the correct first name.
Anne Leibovitz.
Annie Leibovitz is the correct
Leibovitz,
answer.
yeah.
And Jarvis, you and I will have a one-on-one next week, and I'll introduce you to the boss.
Okay.
All right, moving
I
on.
think that album didn't it come out the year that you were born, right?
83 or 84. Yeah.
83, yeah.
That's right. All right. This is for 6 points. Question number 3 of 5. On a classic episode of The Brady Bunch, Jan makes up an imaginary boyfriend with what name? On a classic episode of The Brady Bunch, Jan makes up an imaginary boyfriend with what name? 4. Wow, I have to start with 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They reprised him in the movie version that came out in the late 90s, early 2000s. George Glass. George Glass was the imaginary boyfriend's name. 4 of 5. The iconic umbrella girl who appears on the Morton Salt label wears what color dress? Jarvis.
Yellow.
Yellow is correct for 6 points. Well done. All right, final pub trivia here. On a classic Seinfeld episode, George undergoes a phenomenon called shrinkage as a result of doing what? Karen.
Swimming in a cold swimming pool.
It was cold. Yes, that is correct for 6 points. All right, we go back to Jeopardy, where there are plenty of points still on the board. We go to Double Jeopardy. Historic people on TV. Historic people on TV is where we begin. And we begin with 2 points. In an HBO miniseries, Paul Giamatti was present and accounted for as... Michelle?
Adams.
John Adams is correct for 2 points. Historic people on TV for 4 points. I have to skip this one because there is a visual clue. I'll go over to Monsters, Inc., and Inc. is spelled I-N-K. Monsters, Inc. Inc. is spelled I-N-K for 4 points. Lewis Carroll warned that this poetic monster had, quote, jaws that bite and claws that catch. Lewis Carroll warned that this poetic monster had, quote, jaws that bite and claws that catch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Jabberwock. The Jabberwock is the Lewis Carroll poem. Back to historic people on TV. In the series Da Vinci's Demons, Leonardo capers about in this capital of Tuscany. In the series Da Vinci's Demons, Leonardo capers about in this capital of Tuscany. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That would be in Florence. In Florence. On this series, Jonathan Rhys-Meyers was a slimmer, sexier King Henry VIII. On this series, Jonathan Rhys-Meyers was a slimmer, sexier... Anne?
Tudors.
Tudors is correct for 8 points. Historic people on TV. Robin Weigert played this alcoholic Old West frontierswoman on Deadwood. Robin Weigert played this alcoholic Old West frontierswoman on Deadwood. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That'd be Calamity Jane. Calamity Jane. If you've never watched Deadwood, it is my favorite HBO series of all time. I highly, highly recommend it. Higher Education Geography is up next. Higher Education Geography. For 2 points. Home of the Redhawks, Miami University is in this state. Jarvis.
Ohio.
Ohio is correct. Higher Education Geography for 4 points. Santa Fe Community College is in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Santa Fe College is in this home of the University of Florida. Karen.
Florida.
I need the city.
Gainesville.
Gainesville is correct for 4 points. Higher Education Geography for 6 points. The oldest in Kentucky, a university in Lexington, bears this name that sounds like Dracula might have been an alumnus. The oldest in Kentucky, a university in Lexington, bears this name that sounds like Dracula might have been an alumnus. 5, 4, 3, 2... Oh, you can't buzz? Are you buzzing? So, no one else buzzed in. Can anyone else try to buzz? See if the buzzer's working? All right, so Jarvis could. Greg, goes to you for 6 points. What do you have? You can unmute and give me the answer?
Transylvania.
Transylvania is correct. Do me a favor. Refresh your browser there. And then rejoin the game, and you should be good to go. Transylvania is correct for 6 points. Good job raising the buzzer so I can see. Let me know if you're back in or not. Do you want to, if you go back to the top to the browser bar, do you want to go to tpt.mykaplan.tv again and do the game code again, and should work then.
721.
721. And the other thing we could try is on that browser, you can go into an incognito or private window, and you should be able to join. If all else fails. I'll ask a question from a different category that we're not going to use while we wait, while Greg's able to get back in. Monsters, Inc. for 2 points. In the Hyperion Cantos, the Shrike impales victims on a tree of thorns like the real-life Shrike. This kind of creature. Anyone? No? Bueller? A bird. A bird, apparently. A bird.
Greg, you could try to open up a separate tab on your Chrome browser where you're playing on camera, and go to the website as well. You're muted, by the way.
Yeah. Just Control T will open a new tab. Or Control N. Yeah, that'll open a new tab.
Yep.
I'm gonna order Greg another monitor.
Last I heard, IT had some extra.
What's your cost center, Greg? I got you.
Love it. All right. How we doing, Greg?
I'm not having much success. I'm trying on Firefox here, and I'm looking for tpt.kaplan.tv.
tpt.mykaplan.tv.
Yeah, I've got it.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's not. It's going search, and it's not working.
Huh. What if you, in the chat here in Zoom, if you come back to Zoom and click the link that is shared in chat, maybe that'll open on your desktop. It should open.
Yeah, it's gonna give me the same. Okay, let me try that.
Because that's a hyperlink. So Firefox might default to search first rather than putting the HTTP at the beginning of the web address. The train is here, if anyone was wondering. We have a wonderful circumstance in town that our town let a 20-year quiet zone lapse, and now they have to... Awesome, Greg, you're back in. They have to blow the whistle at every crossing.
Nice.
So you hear it all day long. And it's funny because you can tell which time of day it is by the type of horn it is. There's some that really like to lay on it for 30 seconds. Those who beep it. It's a lot of fun. All right.
No personalities. Greg's in.
All right. Higher education geography for 8 points. Founded in 1853, Washington University isn't in D.C. or Washington. Anne.
St. Louis.
St. Louis is correct for 8 points. Higher education for 10 points. Oakland University isn't in California. It's in this state's cities of Auburn Hills and Rochester Hills. Oakland... Jarvis. Unmute, please. I think you're saying the right word.
Michigan.
That is correct for 10 points. Well done. We close with starts and ends with B. Starts and ends with B. It's the business end of a fishhook. It's the business end of a fishhook. Greg.
Barb.
Barb is correct. Also, the character my daughter went for Halloween as from Trolls World Tour. Starts and ends with B for 4 points. A short promotional statement found on a book cover. Jarvis.
Blurb.
Blurb is correct for 4 points. Starts and ends with B for 6 points. This type of restaurant bar makes its own beer and serves it on the premises. This type... Anne.
A brew pub.
A brew pub is correct for 8 points. Our final clue.
That was 6 points.
Oh, sorry. Yep, that was 6 points. Here comes 8 points. Thank you. This title film creature was based on an actual 1950 police report about a mysterious gelatinous mass found. Brandy.
The Blob.
The Blob is correct. A mysterious gelatinous mass found in a
Isn't
field.
it gelatinous?
That's fine.
Gelatinous.
Pronouncing things
Really? I
correctly
mean,
is
you know,
really last year,
If you
Kathleen.
could get a grasp of the English language, that would be helpful.
I haven't to date. Why should I start now? I've made it this far. Turning 40 this year. Starts and ends with B for 10 points. An Old Testament Philistine god and a New Testament devil. His name means Greg.
Beelzebub.
That is correct for 10 points. Means Lord of the Flies. Gail, you're back. You're safe. That is fantastic to see. 96-58 is our final score. Hope everyone had a good time playing today. Remember, everybody gets 4 matches each. Point differential does matter. Working on figuring that out by Friday and give people an update so they can figure out some strategy moving forward. But we'll be